So, when did we do the ad read? Today's podcast is sponsored by Raid
We're
Shadow
not that
Legends, one of the biggest mobile role-playing games.
I no joke. I've wanted to do that just as a joke in the middle of it.
I probably maybe got one person drop from your listeners just then. Actually, I'm sorry.
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace.
Guys, did you know what 1 in 3 men will go bald?
Oh god.
Let's talk about our sponsor today. We're doing so much for advertising.
Hello, fellow weebs and otakus, to another episode of Anime Fix, where your fix for all things anime. Hello again. Welcome back to Dragonball Z Debate Part 2. Sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself.
I think Bulma, okay, you could argue that Bulma was actually useful sometimes. I literally could give two shits about Yamcha. He is the most annoying, whiniest. He gives me the same reasons I complain about Attack on Titan. Just about every single scene he's in. But what are we gonna do? It's literally, the plot solves itself. You've been in this show for how long now? You survived every last little thing that's come through. Go to hell, dude. Stop worrying about stuff. Quit wasting space.
He can play baseball
your
real
baseball
well, though.
career, or as
Real
French
well.
put it, his music career, which was hilarious. He's so useless. At least Tien got in the middle of the Cell Saga and came out of nowhere and was tri-beaming and whatnot. But Yamcha was just sitting there pissing his pants.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I mean, even in the Saiyan Saga, the very first
he goes
season,
out like a bitch.
Even Yajirobe was more impactful. Yamcha does, but Yajirobe was he's the bigger dude with the sword. Even he had a bigger impact than Yamcha that died 2 seconds in by the
Yamcha just got capped that.
But
was the linchpin in that situation.
Yamcha got capped by
Chaozu's more useful
that grew off the ground.
I'll say that. Chaozu's a fun character.
Not really. He blew himself up.
But he tried.
Chaozu blew himself up and nothing happened.
He tried that. Yamcha
so did Yamcha.
Yamcha tried hard.
Yamcha Chaozu's C4. What's his Nappa? That's right. The auto parts store.
Nappa.
No,
This podcast is sponsored by Nappa Auto Parts. My favorite thing about Nappa Auto Parts is their trucks with the funny hats. If you're not a U.S. listener, you would have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. Just look up Nappa Auto Parts truck. It's a funny hat. I'll tell you, it's a hilarious hat. I'll laugh at that shit for hours. Nah, it's really fun. I
don't think it's that funny.
I get a good chuckle out of it when I see it at the Casey's gas station, I'll tell you.
For non-Midwest listeners, Casey's gas station.
Also niche.
Way to locate us, Hunter. We're trying to be a global
We're the
podcast.
Midwestern anime.
Just really put us deep in the breadbasket.
If we can like anime, anyone can like anime. This is a very welcoming group.
That's a very niche. Yeah, that's a very niche group.
Just saying.
I'll say
I can agree with
favorite character in the entire.
What?
I don't.
No, because there's Yamcha, there's Yajirobe, there's Chi-Chi, there's all those characters.
They're funny. Anytime Chi-Chi shows up, I cackle because she is hilarious. Chi-Chi, her reactions to everything because she loves her children. She's upset the fact that the children she loves are in danger. 4-year-old Goten, 12-year-old Gohan, fighting a murderous android. She is literally freaking out on the television. She's like, why is my child here? Goku, why are you being reckless? And it's like, yes, Chi-Chi, why is he being reckless? This is a bad father.
Chi-Chi is the reason Gohan is not strong and powerful.
Chi-Chi
forced him to love school. Forced him to love school.
example of a marriage gaslighter. She's a gaslighter. She's just not a great.
That whole
And
Not a great, like,
sure.
at least Bulma, like, she stands up for herself. She gasses Vegeta up. She gets him his goals going. Like, she helps him along in his journey. But she never tries to, like, limit him. And all Chi-Chi does, the entire show, but you can't do that. You can't do this. Well, what about his school? Fuck his school. Do you not see what's happening outside? I'm confused.
Hold up, Hunter. Time
Jason
out.
was
You just
okay.
used 2 F-bombs.
Okay.
It's been 3, actually. I'm keeping count.
If we do a video, we should put like an F-bomb counter when Hunter's on, just so.
Yes.
Yeah, Krillin own count.
No, but like, look, like she cares. She doesn't care about her kids. She cares about money.
Her family being
she cares about money
and looking successful because she's always worried about how everyone else perceives them. We're gonna be poor, whatever. Shut up, Chi-Chi. You don't even.
As soon as Mr. Satan gave Goku that briefcase full of $10 million, you know what Chi-Chi says? Chi-Chi's like, I don't care if you farm anymore. We're good.
Don't worry, that's cool. I actually kind of like that human stuff. My favorite parts about Goku are when he's not doing fighting, when he's just doing normal character things. And that kind of goes for all the characters, where they actually get to do just normal life for a few episodes. I really like that. Like, that's kind of fun. Like, the beginning of some of the movies, Cory, you might agree with this. Maybe just having them get out of their element a little bit kind of changes their characters for you a little bit. Because, like, even characters I don't like, when I see them doing stuff they don't normally do, I'm like, okay, this is fun. It's different. I like this. It's all right.
I don't see them as things they wouldn't normally do because Piccolo is usually off floating on top of a mountain being Batman.
Yeah,
that's not unusual for Piccolo.
Okay, but the
Gohan
driving
was usually
episode,
off studying because it was like, if I'm not training my body, I'm
the driving
my
episode.
mouth.
That driving episode was
it's like the only time he ever got
so good.
Like
Oh yeah, it's a filler.
Gold,
canon.
and I love it.
Yeah, it is canon. So another thing too, unpopular opinion as well, is when it cuts from when Gohan like gets older and gets taller and like is turned into adult Gohan kind of. When he goes to school and meets Videl.
I like that arc.
I love that arc.
Saiyan, man.
I really do.
Give 2 shits about Mr. Saiyan. Man. The show was so
I don't care about
serious,
Mr. Saiyan, man, but like
some a little bit of fun here and there, like some laughs or whatever. But like it was a really good like get into it show. And then like that happened. I'm like, this is like childish now in a way.
Yeah, so I didn't like Mr.
For a
show
like
Mr. Saiyan, but like when Vegeta's getting her shit. I agree, but like when Videl is getting her shit rocked at that tournament, and you see Gohan start powering up to Super Saiyan 2, and his helmet flies off, he just has his sunglasses on and his green gi. When he lifts all those panels by going Super Saiyan 2 in the tournament, that's one of my favorite scenes, and that's one of my favorite like character moments for Gohan.
That's fair.
Oh, it was such a good scene. It's kind of like when Vegeta like attacked.
That was good too. I like that. My Bulma.
He instantly got bodied.
Not instantly.
Not instantly. No, he took a punch from a god and like continued to fight.
Give Bulma. Okay, I know I was just ragging on Bulma's character earlier, but like I'll give her this. That scene where she actually stands up to Beerus was pretty like. I mean, that's the point. She has no idea who he is. So she didn't give 2 shits. Ignorance. Sometimes is bliss. Yeah, I don't think she'd care.
I don't think she'd care.
I don't actually think she'd care.
At this point, she survived Frieza. She survived Namek. Like,
bro, she was such a bitch in Namek.
Totally was.
She was, but she survived. She didn't die like a bunch of everybody else. She lived.
That's fair. I mean, Krillin still died.
Krillin died so many times. And
Vegeta died on Namek too. Dragon Ball Z Bridge. Krillin,
that's what we should do when if we put the F-bomb counter on the episode. We just need to put the.
Wait, what? What are you saying, Cory?
Krillin only died twice.
No, he died. Well, so look, he didn't die in the Saiyan saga. He died in the Frieza saga. No, he didn't die. Him and Gohan and Goku were the 3 that survived the Saiyan saga.
And Yajirobe.
Well, yeah. He died 3 times, I think, but he got owned a lot.
Yeah, I won't say he didn't get beat up because he did, but he didn't die.
He died 3 times.
What was the third time?
Third time was when Boo destroyed the whole planet.
That was kind of a... Everybody died.
Wait, so what was
What?
second time then?
Frieza.
That's
no,
twice.
Not, and then I guess if you
didn't
want to count
die?
Dragon, I'm gonna see if you count Dragon Ball because he died in Dragon Ball. That's why they couldn't kill him off in season 1 because the Dragon Balls on Earth can't revive someone that's already been revived once. That's why they had to go to Namek, and then that's why Krillin died on Namek instead. Because the Namekians Dragon Balls can revive someone as many times as they want.
That reminds me of a question I want to ask both of you.
Okay.
What's your least favorite part of the show? What's your, like, if you had to pick one overall complaint of the whole show, like, about something they do, or, like, just in general, like, what's your least favorite part of the whole show?
Dragon Balls.
Right. Okay. I was going to say
no
the same
consequences.
thing, which is funny because it's literally the name of the show. But like, you have absolutely no consequences, even when the Dragon Balls disappear off the show. It's just like,
I know.
all right, I think there's a make a difference. Go.
Let's go
It's a
get
whole other
ones.
planet. Wow, it's crazy.
Now there's super ones that are the size of planets.
And let's not forget the ones that are blue and attached to the
God.
GT. I will not let GT die.
I mean,
will not let it die. First of all, I will give it Omega Shenron was kind of everything.
badass. I'll be honest.
Like I was like, dang. She was.
Super Saiyan 4 is everything.
I'll give Super Saiyan 4 too. Like it had good parts. There were a few crummy great things in that series, so I won't
Like
just let
Trunks
it
and Pan.
die.
Okay, so Lance has got a hot take. Here we go.
A question for all three of you. I had a question for all three of you, and I'm asking this for Chase's sake.
Okay.
What do you two think about the live action Dragon Ball?
Stop! Don't even bring it up. What did I tell you?
Watch it at least once
I said
a year.
don't
It's
bring it
top-tier
up.
Cinema for me.
Don't.
That's a joke. I am lying out of my teeth right now. That is a goddamn lie.
Oh my god.
Love you, Chase.
It's so bad.
I put it in the same tier as another movie I do not talk about and or name as a fan of a certain other anime series. And that's all I gotta say about it.
Death Note? Really?
I mean, Death Note happened, but I hate Death Note. So the movie was trash and the show was trash.
I
need to know what
This was before the era of Netflix adaptation.
You know, even in the trailer of the Death Note Netflix adaptation, I knew it was bad. Before I even watched Death Note, I knew it was bad.
But the source material is also bad, so...
I need to know what you're talking about, Cory, because it's bugging me now. I'm not gonna...
Oh, is it Cowboy Bebop?
The Last Airbender, y'all trifling people.
Oh, I mean,
okay. I'm gonna get some shit.
I don't know. I mean,
that's not an anime.
You don't think it's a?
It's the style.
It's anime.
It is the style of the anime.
I watched it.
You're entitled to your wrongness.
Oh, okay. Here's a question: Is it such? Can you have? Is it still anime if it's manufactured in the U.S. or is anime strictly a Japanese manufactured
Americanized Chinese food dish the same thing as an authentic Chinese food dish? There you go. If it says something made in America, it's something made in America that is intended specifically for American audiences or American consumers, which is a parody of the actual authentic dish from that culture. The same thing. It's not. That's why you go to an actual here in Champaign. If you go to an authentic Chinese restaurant here, there's plenty of. There's an actual proper actual menu, and then there's the American menu. It's the same thing with The Last Airbender. It's the same thing as The Last Airbender. It's you have Chase.
Yes, I get your point on that, but there is Chinese and Korean anime that are sometimes, well, not sometimes, most of the time better than some of the Japanese.
That's not the same
anime.
I don't think that's the same argument though, because it might be it might be better, but it doesn't mean it's the same thing.
It's still anime.
Okay, all right, we can agree to disagree on this.
So you so you kind of have to like say, if that's the same, why can't Avatar be the same?
No, I said we can agree to disagree on this because it's not the same.
Okay.
No, Avatar is really, really, really good. I really wish when they made it, it was in a wide aspect ratio because it's like a struggle to watch sometimes these days. But I enjoy the show. I watched that show when it came out all the way through. Like that was part of my childhood. Love that show. I don't think it's an anime. It's not. And it's not. There's nothing to say. It's not a bad show or like anything else. It's just not an anime. It's animated, but it's not an anime. It's you could even maybe assign it. It's called. Maybe there's an actual term for this. American anime or something. I don't know if there's like a subgenre. Maybe that's a cartoon. There you go.
I would say it's more of an anime than a cartoon.
I think definitely the style should have some influence on whether something like is considered an anime
it's a
or cartoon, right?
With anime influences.
That would be the Teen Titans cartoon, 2000s. That I would say is
like
a cartoon with anime influences. But the last Airbender,
we're splitting hairs.
How are we splitting hairs?
Teen Titans is so good, but I don't consider that an anime. Consider that a cartoon.
But it has anime elements. Like it leans into like those tropes, but it doesn't fully embody them. Where the last Airbender sticks to its anime style the whole way through.
So here's an idea to get us back on topic a little bit here. This actually would be a really good episode of like what makes an anime like an anime compared to.
Oh, I got someone for that if they show up. You know,
I think that would be a really good. I think that'd be.
Who are you thinking?
You don't know him. It's one of my friends that do jujitsu, and he has his own podcast as well. It's called Neon Belly about UFC fighting. But he doesn't think.
Wait, I know him. I thought
Nate. You know Nate.
No, I'm thinking. Okay, yeah, I know Nate. Sorry.
Brandon's the other one. But Nate doesn't think that anime is like anime. He thinks all anime are just cartoons. Like that's his thing.
I think you've talked to me about him before because before we started recording, that was my biggest complaint and what I thought too. And then
I know that's what you thought.
and then we now look at me like every week I'm like, okay, I'm skipping, like I don't want to watch that, don't want to watch that. Ooh, this looks good. And I just
Psychopaths.
Yeah, Psychopaths comes up. Or Blame. That's gonna be the next one I want to watch.
What is it?
Blame.
What?
Blame.
Enunciate.
Blame. BLAME.
Or
blame.
Blame.
Be lame.
Oh, thank you, Hunter. Blame. Okay. Makes sense now. I don't know what that is.
One is so that one is a techno. It's a cyberpunk themed story in the future where everyone is like a hybrid. What's the word? Cyborg, basically. A hybrid between human and machine, and someone releases a virus that a computer virus that is killing people, and then they have to investigate and try to solve it. So that's next on my list.
Is that like Surrogate, the movie with Bruce Willis?
I haven't seen Surrogate.
Bruce Willis in it.
It's a good movie.
Is it?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you're right. Good, it has Bruce Willis. Everything except for what is it? Die Hard 5. Die Hard 5 was
I didn't
not
watch that. I stopped after
bad.
4 or 3 actually.
I really like 3. 4 was okay. 5 wasn't John McClane. It was Bruce Willis pretending he's in a movie. So
yeah.
Anyway, not an anime. Not
Here's
important.
Something I want to bring up about
DBZ.
Dragon Ball that I really appreciate. It's not anything plot related.
Sure.
Or even about the characters. It's more of a nostalgia thing. So when I watched this for the first time when I was a kid, when I was actually watching the original series, the animation back then had such a specific style to it. And I'm sure this is a style to the actual writers and designers of the show, but you had Akira had the same style, in my opinion. Dragon Ball had this style, Dragon Ball Z had the style, all these styles. Dragon Ball Super has lost it, and this is why it's not my favorite. There's a specific feeling you get of watching this anime of it being a little more like dustier but shiny, like it's the '90s sort of anime look. I don't
like
gritty, sort of, but like you know how Akira has like it's a really kind of hazy, sort of smoky look to it, where everything like lights kind of have a bloom to it, right?
Like '90s.
That is absolutely my favorite part about the show. Anything that happens, any night scenes that happen, anything in general that sort of gritty, hazy sort of look to it, I absolutely will fall in love with that show immediately. Akira was really good for that same reason. The thing you don't get in newer animes now, and I think maybe this is just an aesthetical thing that I have an issue with getting behind, is nowadays, even in Dragon Ball Super has this problem. You have anime that's so overly polished. Like the new Broly movie, I loved that movie. It was a blast to watch in theaters. So polished. It's just, I'm like, this doesn't have that same texture to it that I can get behind. And I think that's a huge part of the show, of like why people like it, like why I like it. Because I can watch it and go like, I really actually can like, it feels like a tangible thing to me, as far as like, it feels like an actual page of a book.
Have you seen our Lord and Savior?
I've not watched that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
How do you?
It's good.
It's absolutely need to watch.
Yeah, you like.
Okay, yeah, no, this is basically exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, this is.
Or Inuyasha. That's another one.
I don't know. The first picture I found of this.
Mileage will vary on that one.
The first thing I saw was a picture of Kazemaru. But like, oh, Cory, you probably know who this is.
So are you saying that you don't like 4K?
You can do this style in 4K, but hear me out. This is going to sound really stupid, but just bear with me on this. Acura, the car brand Acura, has been doing a series of ads recently where they're all in like anime style, and they're high res. They're actually like a blast. They're just ads. Like it's nothing crazy, but like it's just them racing their cars, and it's like this whole over dramatized thing like anime tends to be usually. And that's not a bad thing. It's just style, but they have the same style aesthetic. I'm sure there's an actual name for this, but there's an aesthetic to those commercials that is what Dragon Ball used to feel like. And Yu Hakusho, I've seen pictures of it. That's exactly, this is same thing basically. But that's a huge thing for me for this show is like I will absolutely, if it's just a bad day or whatever, and I come home and I just want to watch something and not think about something, I just want to watch this show and enjoy it. That's a huge thing for me to, in a comforting sort of way. And it's all nostalgia. Like nostalgia is a huge factor in that. But not a lot of other shows have that. Have that Power Rangers to it. What about Power Rangers? What?
So how you feel about just like, which I guess I'm saying something because Power Rangers is again in that same vein. At least early Power Rangers where it has a feel to it where it's that. Sure, the transitions are still real messy because Japanese to American footage is always going to do that, but it has, and it still does have like live action elements, but it doesn't feel the same as like some of the older seasons. So if you go back and watch it, it's because it's just like, oh yeah, I'm watching this thing to feel good because it reminds me of this thing. So I will give Dragon Ball its flowers in that regard.
Well, okay, so Power Rangers, like old school Power Rangers, has the same live action sort of texture, haziness to it that a lot of shows in the 90s have, like Star Trek, like Deep Space Nine and all them. And they have that same sort of feeling, but it translates differently when it's an actual camera versus an anime, I feel like. I think for at least for me, that's a huge thing for me to get into an anime, is when it's got that sort of feeling to it. It's a little more grittier, and it feels like there's almost, because you gotta do that on purpose now. It was just a factor of the technology back then, but now you gotta like actually put that into work and actually do it on purpose. I think that's a pretty big factor for me, at least, of why I like the show. Like plot issues aside, character issues aside, long drawn out seasons aside, that's a huge reason I like watching the show. It's candy. It's eye candy. Right. And you don't have a lot of other shows. I mean, there's a couple other shows out there, but Like you don't really have a lot of other shows out there that do that, because nowadays you have people that are just trying to push that, like, how high resolution can we make these character models, and let's like randomly toss CG in here on top, which just looks really weird and out of place. And Chase, you're muted. Well, folks, this is a great time to talk about Grammarly. Writing's not easy. Like Grammarly.
Ooh, have you seen Hunter x Hunter? This is something we asked Lance last week.
The one with my name in it. My name in it twice. No, I've never seen that before.
Oh well, you should. It's so nice. It feels so good. It feels so good. Granted, it does have moments like Dragon Ball where I do think it just drags some stuff out. I'm like, can we move this along? But I'd say you're hard pressed to find many shows or anime that are as concise as say Yu Yu Hakusho is, because that's one of the things I love about it personally is it's very concise. Nothing is terribly drawn out or extended to be this 20 episode long thing that ends up being 1.5.
There you are.
How's that?
Make any sense.
I know it's my
Corey, I
my
can get
Discord
behind that,
messes
though.
up
Like,
sometimes.
I think anime has, like, you have manga to follow, so they have time to flesh out the whole story instead of like TV shows that were books before, or like movies that were books before, where they got to cut a whole lot of stuff out to like trim it into a sizable amount, or maybe they just do things in the books that you can't feasibly do in real life, like crazy like set pieces or something like that. But in anime, it's totally different. Chase, please.
He says his hand.
Back in the class.
Hello again. Hi. I didn't hear your thoughts on Hunter x Hunter. Sorry about that.
Mine or Chase's?
What were your thoughts again?
Or no, Corey's. Sorry.
My thoughts?
I never watched. I
think I know Cory's. I didn't know about yours. Oh, you gotta watch it. It's so good.
Oh, an anime that I watched with Tori. This is a few months back. That I appreciate more now after watching. That I definitely would not have liked before. Like Your Name is Seven Deadly Sins.
First couple seasons.
Why? Why do people go hard for that show? I don't get it.
It's not that great, honestly.
You talking? I've only seen the first season. I haven't seen everything.
What? Okay, first season goes
for overpowered characters, just doing overpowered character shit.
Yeah,
that's all they do. It's a whole show.
Yeah, I would say Seven Deadly Sins first season is a banger. After that, it just goes away.
Okay, well then I won't watch it.
Okay, you can have your own opinion.
Bond is my favorite character for sure. Yeah, you can still watch it. Just like you're still gonna watch Psycho-Pass, but I'm not gonna watch any more of it.
We will watch more Psycho-Pass. We have to watch season 3.
I don't know why I introduced this to you.
You didn't know what you were doing.
I did it. I didn't think you'd like it this much.
It's so good. It's right up my alley. Like everything about it. I just finished season 3, and I watched the First Inspector movie that came out in 2020. All in sub, by the way.
You watching sub now?
It was the only. Well, first off, it wasn't available, and in dub, so I had to watch it in sub.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough that I went back to watch the extended edition, which is only available in sub 2.
What are you saying, Cory?
Said, "Welcome to the light side of the Force." Where we have subtitles.
I will say though, I really did miss though, because Robert McCollum, that sultry voice.
Once you start an anime in dub or sub, it's hard to switch back and forth. That's why I made a mistake of watching Naruto in dub starting out.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I know, man. Oh, it was awful.
Yeah, how do you feel about Sakura?
How I feel about Sakura?
Yeah, that's one of the questions.
Useless.
But I have
Useless.
Okay. I'm just going to accept the answer. I'm not going to choose violence on this day.
Choose violence. I don't care.
How is she useless? Like, I'll give you in base Naruto, sure, but in Shippuden?
Okay.
How? All
right. So, I'm only halfway through Shippuden, but I know what happens. Okay. But, yes, 100% Sakura, base Naruto, useless. She's pretty much Yamcha. But,
she's not, and they give her some interesting stuff, but...
Tsunade, the only reason she is irrelevant now is Tsunade taught her how to punch things hard. And
Not
she can
just,
heal.
girl,
She's the
you
healer.
not.
She's Mercy. That's who she is.
Why are you trying to make it sound like that's all that Tsunade did? That's rude. That is so rude to both Tsunade and Sakura.
Tsunade is powerful.
So is Sakura.
Sakura is not.
Oh,
the insect guy could take her in a fight.
I can't wait for you to eat all the.
How do you guys feel about the Sonic X anime from? You remember the Sonic anime?
What?
Ooh, ow! I do. I watched so much of it.
I was just thinking.
I don't know why it was on. That's why I watched it.
It's an anime. It's
Sonic X,
like Sonic, like the Hedgehog. You know him.
It's.
Did you I gotta say, Hunter, I'm really
Adventure games.
What do you say?
Did you ever play the Sonic Adventure games?
No.
I mean, I'm not a huge Sonic fan, but I did watch it, and it sort of sets up how he works in that universe versus in his base, like old school Sonic universe. They just introduced the anime like 2 years after they did the second game. I'm like, that's random and weird, but okay, sure.
Hey, sidebar real quick. We talked to Hunter for a little while now. Which Shinkai film do you think he'd like?
Have you not watched any Shinkai films? Oh my god!
I'm two sidebars. One,
Shinkai
I'm kind of, I'm a little surprised, Hunter, because
it's CBD oil. I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is not the right thing.
No. Shinkai movies.
Oh, there we go. Here we are.
Probably Your Name. That's the best one to start with, probably.
I don't think Weathering with You.
I mean, Weathering with You is just a poor man's version of Your Name.
It's on HBO Max. Better, Weathering with You. I don't think. Where's Your Name? Your Name doesn't stream anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be probably hard to find.
I mean, I think I
bought it.
Actually, you know what? I did buy it, so
I bought it too. So it's that good. I don't buy things.
Well, why don't you watch Weathered with You, and then if you like it, commit to the bit and watch.
No, because if you watch Weathered with You and you hate it, then you're never gonna watch Your Name.
Your Name. You know what? Your Name is definitely a first watch. Yeah, I think Your Name you should watch first. If you like that, then you'll like Weathering with You. Then you'll like Garden of Words. Although I know Chase.
I really like Garden of Words. Remember, we
you had a problem though with some of the emotion. You know what? After watching the sub of Psychopaths, I get what you're saying now though about the voice acting for Japanese versus American.
Oh yeah, you do.
I like the
emotion is in
the emotion and like it and the way the I don't know what they're saying. I have to read it, but as I'm listening to it, like the tone in their voice and how they sort of like put emphasis on certain words over others, like I definitely get that now what you're saying.
Yep. You agree, right, Cory? Like Japanese voice actors like can show emotion better in their voices than American.
I could get behind that.
I'd say that's anything, especially when it comes to the dubbing issue. Like I will watch it subbed because like Squid Games, it's like I'm watching that sub. Don't even.
Yeah, definitely watch that subbed.
I wouldn't say though that's a problem with the actors. I think there's a problem with the translation and like the style. Like right, so like when you're reading something, it's being written for the Japanese audience, right? And so something that's being translated for American, it's hard to, like, you don't want to go too far off base from what it was originally written, but sometimes certain, like, terms or phrases, or just the way something's spoken.
You know, a good example of that,
it hits differently.
Is actually Avatar. Because when you have a completely, like, Americanized script that's meant for, like, that audience, the voice acting's obviously a little bit better because they can kind of convey like, oh, this is what we want this to sound like, or so the scene is going to feel like, or whatever. I know the subs are always better, but I will always watch the dubs because I don't feel like reading. Like, I just want to watch the. Honestly, the
That's
Attack
fair
on Titan.
Sometimes.
The Attack on
Sometimes
Titan
I'm just laying in bed.
Like, I've never like had a. I never heard a point in that show where I'm like, oh man, this is just brutal. Dragon Ball's dubbed.
Watch SAO and
pretty good.
So,
pretty good.
Watch the SAO and then go back to Attack on Titan, and all you're gonna think of is you're just all you're gonna think about is Kirito the whole time. An underpowered Kirito. Because that's literally what I thought for like the first 3 seasons when I was watching.
I think so. I have.
You're right.
With Dragon Ball, the weird thing with that is the dub has changed so many times because they go in and they're like, oh man, this is not good. We should redo this. I think Kai's dub was probably the best. Like, the actors that they have for that really, 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 really care for the project, it feels like. So, like, they actually put a lot of really good work into their characters and understanding.
Are they the same voice actors with Kai?
I think some of them are, some of them aren't.
They just got better.
Like Vegeta's voice actor changed. Frieza's did. Goku's is the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
Goku's is the same.
Gohan's
same guy.
I think. Yeah.
Wait, you said Vegeta changed? They changed Chris
He
Sabat?
sounds way different
really?
in
The
the
guy?
original dubs than he does in the newer ones. I mean, I might be wrong on that, and if I am, I'm going to be shocked because that's a huge jump in quality for him.
I'm checking because if they change Christopher Sabat, that makes no sense because he's.
Well, I think that's
Vegeta.
who's in the
That's
newer
who he
ones.
is.
But I'm talking about the really old dubs, like old school ones. Yeah, talking
Like
about
ocean dubs? You're talking about ocean
That's
dubs?
what I'm saying. I'm talking about
Those
ocean
are
dubs.
trash.
Oh, that's the first one. I'm
Ocean
sorry. I'm
dubs.
talking about ocean dubs.
Those are.
If you want a good laugh, I like watching the ocean dubs.
That's like it's like the dubs before like the actual like mainstream dub with like Chris Sabat and who's the Goku one again? I always forget.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sean
So
Schemmel. I thought
Sean Schemmel. Jeez.
I had his last name. I couldn't remember his first name.
Jeez. Oh man. I think I'm pretty tuckered out with DBZ talk.
He's the only guy here with
Right now,
Dragon
anyways.
Ball tattoos. Tired of talking about Dragon Ball. Shoot.
You know, once I look at it every day, talk about it every day, have a whole armful of Dragon Ball Z tattoos every day, it kind of wears on you a little bit.
You talk about it every day.
Yeah, it's about every
wakes
day.
up in the morning. He's got to make sure you just good.
That's why I'm glad that none of you like Psychopaths, because then I can still continue to enjoy it every single day. I don't get tired of talking to myself about it.
Bro, 20 years of Dragon Ball. I love it so much, and it will always be with me now because it's on me. But it's true. It gets to you after a little bit.
I think anything though, if you love it enough and you obsess about it long enough, it's gonna get like the sort of the newness of it wears out.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. As an X-Men fan, I highly disagree with all of that statement.
We have a lot of things to complain about.
I know we've talked about this, Cory, but I just want to reiterate: what's the best part about Days of Future Past?
When the movie ends and the credits roll.
That movie is trash.
Oh no! Hold on a second. We talked about this, and you said the best part about Days of Future Past was they got rid of X3.
The third X-Men movie.
X3.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
No, it's trash. That movie is the X-Men franchise in the film is trash.
Here's an unpopular opinion. I can't get behind who's the guy who did House Moving Castle? Miyazaki. How you say his name? Miyazaki. I can't get it. I can't.
Miyazaki.
I can't. I tried.
Miyazaki.
I tried Studio
What?
Ghibli.
That's Studio Ghibli.
I tried Howl's Moving Castle twice. I get about 20, 30 minutes, and I've seen all Ponyo. I can't. It's so goddamn boring sometimes. I get like.
What?
Bro, we got Shinkai now. You'll like him.
Okay.
You'll like him.
Hey.
He's a better version of Miyazaki.
Yeah, well, yeah. Shinkai is definitely better than Miyazaki, but still,
I know they're classics, and I can respect that, but it's just
I understand where you're coming from
There's not
because
enough
I have a hard time
explosions.
watching them sometimes, especially Cat Returns.
You didn't have to say Cat Returns. Like you could have just left it as you have a hard time watching them, but you had to specifically call out the one that I really liked from last week.
Yes, because I was able to get through all the other ones. I was on my phone half the time with Cat Returns because it's so boring.
Not as boring as
That's
Makia
all
when the
good.
promise flower blooms.
I'd probably rather watch that, man.
I completely disagree. That is so dull. Everything about it sucked.
That's a lot of movies in the 80s are that way. Just dull and bad and boring.
This wasn't in the 80s. This is like 2002, was it? I think.
What, Cat's Return?
No.
Cat's
Makia.
Return was 2002. I don't know about that. I don't know her.
Yeah, Makia is just it's paced very wrong and
2018. Sorry, 2018. That movie came out.
It's got
and
an
it was
8
that
in
bad.
it, and they were
it's so
like
bad,
8.
man. I hate it.
8, 0, 80s. 80s. Let's go for it. Perfect. I don't know.
You should definitely watch. You should watch Your Name. Weathering. Actually,
I would
think you
like
should
all
watch
three
Silent
of you to
Voice
send me
first.
one anime film. I'm gonna tell Alex to do the same thing. That's not Howl's Moving Castle. She tried to get me to watch that so many times, and I've tried twice now. And I'm like, I just can't. I watched all Ponyo. It's so
What don't you like about
goddamn
Howl's Moving
boring.
Castle? I know Chase hasn't seen it yet, but
That's on the calendar, right?
it is because we're going to be doing
maybe
recording with
maybe
your
I just need to
girlfriend
give
and
it a fair
Tori.
shot again, and like actually, I don't know.
You need to give it a fair shot.
You giving it a fair shot. Why do you say it like you haven't been giving it?
I get like about half hour into
both
the times I've watched it. I'm just like, just
Yeah, put it on the calendar, by the way, Lance.
not
Wait,
enough
I-
explosions.
not
My
for
goopy
you, that's
goblin
okay.
man brains just like
Chase,
yeah.
Gobbly man brain.
Chase, you don't worry about the
Chase,
calendar. I'll
listen,
take care of that.
man,
All right.
Don't
Cool.
worry yourself about something as meaningful as the calendar. We're gonna make Lance do that for you, or we're gonna get our guys on that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna take care of the calendar for you. You ain't got to worry about it. Okay.
Good.
Using my calendar,
guys,
is like
organizing my
like
calendar
second
is
nature to
really
me.
a
Like I don't
struggle.
get.
That's why I use Monday.com. I really hope this is just the
you know what,
episode that really
Hunter, I
blows
think
you
we have a
guys
place
up and
for
goes
you in this
viral because you're gonna
podcast.
get so many sponsors. Go like, dude, you already got this for free. Like, here's some money.
You know what, Hunter? I think the place for you is going to be in our ad. If we ever do have ad reads, I think we should bring you on as our voice acting. Yeah,
we should.
Yeah,
we should do that.
You're very good at it. You should. I think you should definitely start with Your Name.
No, think about.
I think you should start with Silent Voice. What do you guys think?
Forget it. Tell me right now.
Yeah, I mean, Silent Voice is not Shinkai, so it's not.
It's not Shinkai, but it's very good.
It's very, very similar.
Do you guys have a way for your users to like reach out to you on Twitter?
Voice?
You got Twitter.
Yeah,
Twitter,
yeah, we have Twitter, but there's also like a
Discord
that
All right.
people use a lot.
Don't forget to reach out to Anime Fix with 2 X's at the end on Twitter and the Discord, and send me some movie recommendations. That is not Howl's Moving Castle, and not Ponyo because I've seen Ponyo, and
So not Studio Ghibli.
let's just skip that entirely.
You can't do well. Okay, you know what? You do what you want.
You can do what you want. Your life.
Have you seen?
No, I didn't
Have
see
you
Ghost
seen
in the
Ghost
Shell.
in the Shell?
Lance will love Ghost in the Shell.
I
especially
like
with that
Akira.
cyberpunk stuff.
Akira was good.
Yeah,
I did
Lance
watch
will.
that, but
I
Akira has
can't
the
wait for
same
that
aesthetic feel that old school Dragon Ball had. That's probably a huge reason I like it.
See, I didn't like. The thing is, I really like that sort of stuff, but like Akira's been referenced. Ranked low.
This isn't necessarily making
list.
a good movie, but it's been referenced so many times. That specific motorcycle scene where he slides back and sideways in the scene, like that's been referenced in so many things. I don't know why it's just that one specific scene where it was like, whoa, but like it was cool. It was a cool shot.
It was a game changer for anime.
Can't argue with that.
Lance, don't watch Ghost in the Shell because I can't have you talk about it for 20 episodes straight, like Psychopath. So don't watch it because I know you will.
Yes, do watch it because it's good, and I would.
I mean, it's
I would
great,
listen.
but don't. Just I can't handle
So
more.
Why can't you I appreciate you and what you like. Why can't you appreciate me and what I
don't
like?
bring
Chase?
it up all the time though. Like
You-
we've only had one episode.
You bring
of
up
DBZ
Dragon Ball
before now.
Chase, it's
bring up Dragon Ball that
2022. We need to accept our fellow human beings, brothers and sisters, and all else to their anime. Yeah, well, yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, okay.
Not
I
when they're
gotcha.
wrong about anime.
Unless they're wrong.
Oh. Yep.
Getting close.
I think it's getting
Except
close.
disappointing.
I mean, not close to
getting
time.
close.
We're 30 minutes after time.
Boys,
Hey,
boys, I got
We got somewhere to go, right?
things to do today. I'm sure we all do as well.
all right.
That is
All
fair. What are we doing next time?
What are we doing? Let me check the calendar because I forget. You're having another guest on next week, though.
Cool.
A return guest.
Cool.
We'll keep it as a surprise. Let's see here. What is next week? Oh gosh, I have to hold on. I can't.
No.
You recommend
It's you.
the Idaten deities. Only no peace.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Next week we'll be
What he
discussing
said.
our
That's what
favorite
he wants.
Michael Bay films.
That's fine.
None of them are anime.
It's the Idaten. Daten, I can't say it, but deities only. No, only
What's
peace.
the name of the whole thing?
Okay. Is that a series or a movie?
I hope it's a movie because I told him.
I hope it's a movie too. Sounds good. We'll catch everyone next time when we review what Lance just said.
Oh no, it's a series.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
All right, we will catch you all next week with another of our special guests. Not the
Yes.
special guest, Cory.
Not
Another
me,
special
the
guest.
recurring character in the background.
Thank you,
For the
Hunter.
pleasure,
Thank
boys.
you, Cory. Ace, you wanna?
Always pleasure.
Doing the outro. What's the
Do the
outro?
outro?
What do we do for the outro?
Bye.
Oh, see ya.